Hi everyone, Nick Kretikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor back in the home studio. So the last week we've spent a lot of time upstairs in my new studio fixing it up. I already made it a mess, but it's looking great again. So we are here today because it was really hot out earlier and then it cooled off. So we are back in the basement studio, and is this the first time we've been on Bowdabra since then?
I think it might be.
I think it might be too. So Alex is behind the camera tonight. As you come in, let us know where you're watching from. We are going to be designing on an 18-inch grapevine wreath, and we're going to be using both our Bowdabras. So here we have our large Bowdabra right here, and then our mini Bowdabra. So another thing too is if you're new here, we are live here on Bowdabra each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And Bowdabra does give away a free roll of ribbon each and every week that we're live. So all you have to do is just let us know that you would like to win. So let's first share our video. Let's see. Hey Bowdabra, nice to see you. We're going to use our silver wire today. This is a 100-yard spool, and you can order all of these products down below in the comments section through our affiliate link. Hopefully in the near future, we will have Bowdabra available at nicksseasonaldecor.com as well. So I just cut a length of wire.
Hi, Danae.
Hi, Danae. Doesn't have to be really long. Really just depends on where you're placing it. My recommendation is to always cut it longer than shorter. This 100-yard spool lasts a really long time. It lasts me about 6 months. So it goes to show, you know, this really does last an incredibly long time. Hey, Pamela. Hey, Betty. Hey, Loretta. Nice to see you all. So we're going to start off with this ribbon. We actually just got in some ribbon from Morex. So thank you, Morex, for sending these ribbons out. We're going to be using a patriotic one. We're going to be making a patriotic wreath first. So we're just going to take that plastic off, and let's see the quality. I always like to give you guys the honest truth, and this one is a great ribbon. Can't you tell, Al?
Yeah, that's nice. Hi, Linda.
Hey,
Hi,
Linda.
Loretta.
We're going to do, should we do a funky or traditional? I was thinking traditional since we have some big roses. What do you think, Al?
Yeah, let's do a traditional.
So let's do a traditional bow. We're going to cut a length of tail.
Hi, Joan. Hey, Dory Lynn.
Hey, you guys. Hey, Alice.
Hey,
welcome, Melissa. We're going to cut a length of tails. We're going to place it into our Bowdabra, like so. Danae says traditional. Danae read my mind. We're going to place this on the slit up top. So notice too what I'm doing is I'm creating about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch overhang. And the reason for that, you guys, and it's very important, because if I was to take this ribbon and place it exactly at the edge, when it comes time to fluff or when we rotate our ribbon, what can happen is you can pull it out easily. So we don't want that to happen. Always leave yourself a little bit of wiggle room.
Loretta says, would be delighted to win some ribbon tonight.
Awesome.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Roz.
Let us know if you'd like to win. So the weather has finally warmed up. It's actually felt like summer all week, or the last 4 or 5 days. And I heard it's supposed to be nice for the next few as well. I could be mistaken. Alex, do you have any more info on that?
We got into the 80s the past few days, but I think the next week is supposed to be in the low 70s.
Which
but
for me is
still
perfect.
Very nice.
Yes, the high 80s is a little bit warm for me. I like the perfect temperature for me. I know most people would probably say like what, 75, 80. I'd say 65 is the perfect temperature. For Alex, she wants it like 120.
Yeah,
she is crazy with the heat. Not me though.
Hi, Victoria. Victoria says, love the Bowdabra.
Hey Victoria, nice to see you. We're gonna do 1 or 2 more loops.
Debbie would love to win.
Let's do 1 more on this side, and then we'll finish it off with 1 more on the other side. So this is just a 10-yard spool, but you should be able to create 2 or 3 bows out of 1 spool. Place your ribbon back in. Then what we've got to do, it's 87, says Victoria. Yeah, let us know your temperature, you guys. For us, it's probably 70.
I mean, it dropped down a little bit earlier. I think we got some rain, but today was mostly around 70, I think 75.
Yeah, if not a little bit warmer earlier today. So around noon, it was probably like 80. So we're going to take those wires. I took them and I brought them to the back. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tighten it. Pull it really tight. You don't want to lose your bow. You know, for most circumstances, a bow is kind of the focus of a design. And if you lose the bow, you're going to have a big gap and it's not going to look right.
Karen says, I bought a Bowdabra and ribbon from Bowdabra, and now I can make bows. Hurrah.
Awesome.
Yay. Mary says, howdy from hot Texas. I'd love to win some ribbon.
Yeah, Texas is really hot. I believe, I think today was like 90 for you guys.
Yeah, Danae says 93 in Texas.
Oh my gosh. So there's our first bow, a traditional patriotic bow. Look at how pretty that is. We didn't do too many loops because we are going to come back in with some roses, but we're not going to make our wreath quite yet. Let's give it a few more minutes, and then we can come back to our wreath bow. So our next ribbon, let's use this one. I thought this one was so stunning. Look at this one. So it's a 2.5 inch faux du peony.
So pretty. Hi, Jackie.
Hey, Jackie. Look at that. That's really
So
pretty.
pretty.
So for this one, we got to do funky. I feel like we just got to do it.
All right.
So I love that one, and hopefully we'll be able to have that one really soon. Let's cut another length of wire.
Victoria got her package packed by Dad.
Oh, thank you for your order, Victoria. Take your wire, place it in the slit up top. I cut these wires a little bit longer. Then what we can do is start making our funky bow. So at this point in time, if you guys don't mind hitting that like and share button, I would greatly appreciate it. If you enjoy watching me here on Bowdabra, do me a favor and let me know down below. It really pushes me to continue making tons and tons of content for you guys because my main goal is to inspire you and teach you guys. So if I've done a good job, let me know. And if I haven't, please don't let me know. So we'll start with, I had other pairs of scissors here, but you guys know Yaya has been bored the last few days, so she's been down here, but we can make it work. So we're going to take our bow now, or a loop.
Hi, Julie.
Place it right on top. Hey, Julie.
Laura says it's beautiful.
Yes, isn't this a really nice ribbon? So what we're going to do is make more of those loops. Okay. But I want to thank you all so much for sending Yaya cards and videos. For those of you guys that don't know or are new here, Yaya is my now 80-year-old grandmother, and she celebrated her birthday Friday. Right? Was it Friday? It was Friday.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to have to grab another pair of scissors. So let's place this in like so. And I'll look for a pair of scissors. Oh, Alex found a pair. I don't think these are going to be much better, but it's worth a shot. See, another thing I do too, you guys, is in the other studio, I bring my scissors to my wall. Alex knows exactly what I'm talking about. I bring my scissors to my wall and do any kind of adjustments there. That's not going to do anything. There we go. I'm going to have to find another pair. This is just... Nothing's worse than bad scissors. But that's okay. So there's our third loop. Everybody's probably like, Nick, where's your Fisker scissors? I know. Let
Julie
me find
says she got a Bowdabra and she can whip out some bows now.
Ooh.
Danae says gorgeous. Dory says love your lives, Nick.
Thank you, Dory. All right, so these scissors are probably going to be the worst ones, but we got to try them, right? We got to try them.
Karen says gorgeous ribbon. That Patriot ribbon is so wonderful.
I know, and we're going to use it in a bow and just in a wreath in just a minute or two. What do you think? Who has high hopes for these scissors? I didn't.
Hi, Laurel. She's watching from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Ooh, Pittsburgh. This is so disappointing. I'm just going to have to use the very tip of these scissors.
Anita is watching from Belgium, and
Ooh.
she'd love to win tonight.
Welcome, Anita from Belgium. Belgium has the best chocolates. All right, so we did 4. Let's come back in with our 5th and final one.
Julie loves all your bows and wreaths.
Thank you, Julie. So this is how I'm going to cut. Ready? Watch. So if you have bad scissors, just take it up to the end. And it'll do a better job. Alex is laughing at me. I know, you guys. But hey, that's the nature of our business, right? We get to have fun, and we get to use poor quality scissors.
I'm just thinking of like when you cut wrapping paper sometimes and your scissors don't cut and you're like, ah!
I know. I was at Walmart earlier, you guys, because we designed another one of those big balls, the hanging balls from outside. And the lady that was cutting the fabric at Walmart was using the worst pair of scissors I've ever seen. And me and her just were laughing about it. But these ones are no better. So I guess this is karma biting me for laughing at the woman this morning. So we're able to dovetail, so that's good. So again, just keep it at the tip if you have bad scissors. But this is a great point to show you guys to not use your scissors for anything but ribbon or fabrics. Because if you cut into wires, not the wires on the ribbon, but any thicker wire, you know, this is the result of probably years of cutting. These scissors are all old, but you want to be careful with your scissors. That way you can have them for as long as possible.
Hey, Dolores. Hey,
Dolores.
Arnita. Peggy says awesome color,
I
very
know.
rich looking ribbon.
This ribbon, this is probably the only bow you're going to see using this ribbon at the time, you know, for the time being, because I want to save this ribbon for a rose gold Christmas wreath. How pretty would that look?
So pretty.
So we'll do some Christmas. Who wants some Christmas designs in July here on Bowdabra? If you do, hands up, let us know. And we definitely can start some of those in July. We have a whole series planned of Christmas in July because I am ready for Christmas the day after Christmas. And Alex, this morning we were at Michael's and randomly a song came on, wasn't Christmas, and I just looked at Alex and I said, I miss Christmas. And she said, why did that come to mind right now? But it's because I always think about Christmas.
I know, he's always thinking about it.
So now it's time to fluff. The nice thing about faux du peony is that it naturally has that wrinkly look, which if you were to ask me 4 or 5 years ago what I thought about it, I would say I hate it. But over the last 2.5 years, this has quickly grown to become my favorite ribbon. I just love the texture of it, and I love that it just looks so relaxed. Unlike burlaps and ginghams and stuff like that, which create a more rigid bow, this creates a more relaxed looking bow.
Ooh, lots of people want to see Christmas.
Yes, who wants Christmas? How pretty is that? Didn't that turn out pretty?
So pretty. We have Cindy watching from Springfield, Mass.
Awesome, Cindy. She would like to win a free roll. Yes, let us know if you would like some ribbon. Let's switch over it and try a 50-yard spool. So again, I'll give you guys the honest truth. And I'm thinking we have high hopes for this. So gingham is still very popular this day, and I think it's the perfect ribbon for year-round use. All right, so decent quality ribbon. I think this is nice. Pretty black and white, and I like that these stripes are these squares are a little bit bigger, right? So we have an older ribbon right here that more accent last year, and this is just a finer gingham. So this probably is buffalo check. Buffalo check, gingham, it's all the same to me. But let us know what you like more, the thinner squares or the bigger squares. I think I like the thinner squares for most projects, but this is the one we're going to work with now. So let's do a different bow now. Thank you guys for the shares. I appreciate it. Hey, Pat from New Jersey.
Alice would like to win. Darlene would like to win. Susan says very pretty.
Thank you, Susan. Yeah, let us know. So Bowdabra will choose a lucky winner in the final 5 or so minutes of this live. Cut another length of tails. Place it into your Bowdabra. Then what we can do... Hey, Vicky.
Bonnie says she likes the bigger one.
You like the bigger one, Bonnie? We're going to do 3 loops on each side that are about 3.5 inches or so. Pull our tails down. So this is how most people use the Bowdabra. They'll keep it stationary, right? And then move their hands. So let's try that. I don't think I've ever tried that, so it's going to look a little awkward for me. So I'm just rotating the ribbon as always. It just looks a little bit different when I'm flipping my hand or the Bowdabra instead of my hands.
Darlene says the bigger square would match my kitchen theme with magnolias.
Ooh, I love magnolias. One of my favorite flowers. So now that we have 3 loops on each side, we'll come back in with 2 more on each side.
Hey, Andrea.
Hey, Andrea, nice to see you.
Hi, Vicky.
Hey, Vicky. So now these 2 loops on either side are only going to be about 2.5 inches. So much smaller than the 3.5, the first loops that we added. And these get 2 on each side.
Cindy says, Nick, thank you for answering my son when he messaged you. I received a skillet and it says a new set of pliers for Mother's Day.
Awesome.
Oh, so sweet.
That is sweet. That's a great Mother's Day gift
right
there. And have your son send me some scissors too, because it looks like we could use a pair. I know, because Dad and Yaya for Christmas, I think last year or the year before, they gave me like 50 pairs. So I know we have a bunch of new pairs, but I get so comfortable using like these products. I've said it before, like my glue skillet had 3 legs. I broke it the day I got it. We're going to do a button loop now. This is a final loop. So just 1 loop in the middle, only has to be about 1 inch or so. But I broke the leg the first day. And I kept that thing for, 4 years? And I would have kept it for 4 more if it didn't die. So we needed to film a video within like a half hour, and the glue skillet wouldn't work. So we're going to take our wire, again, really tighten it, flip it over, and tie from behind. You want to do 2 or 3 solid knots to make sure it's not going anywhere. You don't want your bow to fall apart. Okay. Pull your tails down. open up those loops.
Allison says magnolias and cherry blossoms are her favorite.
Ooh, I know. Me and Alex pass by a cherry tree every single day. A bunch of cherry trees, actually. Right now, Massachusetts is looking beautiful with all of the fruit trees and flower trees blooming. The best time for us is fall, but still, right now, it's really pretty. And we've been passing by this one pink tree on the way to the warehouse every day. And me and Alex, it's just beautiful, right? You know which tree I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So there's that bow. Look at that one. Something completely different.
Hi, Velkus.
Welcome. Hey, Dolores. Dolores' buffalo check is her favorite. Yeah, so it's either a yes or no for most people. Lots of people love it and lots of people hate it. I'm a fan of it, and I always will be. But let us know if you're a fan of it. What do you think, Al?
I love it.
You like the buffalo check?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to actually switch over to our wreath because this wreath I'm really excited for. We're creating a patriotic wreath.
Hi, Kay.
Hey, Kay. So we're going to take our bow. I'm going to place it right here. It's looking a little sparse, so we'll just cover that up. So when we do half floral wreaths, which is the one we're doing today, my biggest tip is to place all of your elements on the ugliest side. Keep the side that's prettiest revealed. That way it looks nice, and then design on the ugly side. If this was a full floral wreath, which means flowers and greenery are going all the way around, wouldn't matter, you know, what side you place things on, because every side is going to get stuff. So there is the big bow.
Larissa says, love it. Kay says, love it. Hi, Valerie. Nina says she uses buffalo check a lot.
Yes, it's very popular. So that's where the bow's going. Isn't that pretty?
So cute.
Now it's time to work in our flowers, and we're going to work in these. Tell me that's not the perfect match.
Perfect.
Shirley loves buffalo check too. See, I knew you guys were my people. We're going to snip these roses off. These came from Hobby Lobby.
Peggy asked what a good color, coordinating color that would go with coral for an outside wreath would be.
White, I'd say white, shades of light pinks, like pastel pinks work as well. But truth be told, you guys, even I've designed with color combos in the past where people don't like them right off the bat, and then they've gone back and told me later on, even though I didn't like this in the beginning, I love these colors later on. You know, a color combo that came to mind for me was when we worked in silver and, what was it, like that ivory... It was like a weird beige. It was like a tan, which
beige.
Tan and silver don't really seem like they would work well. But it turned out really pretty. Do you know which one I'm talking about, Al? It was a mesh wreath.
Yeah.
So let's take these roses now. So also don't forget, if you're looking to be inspired even more, you can join both of our free groups. So Bowdabra has the Bowdabra Fan Gallery, and we have the Nick's Seasonal Decor Crafting Community. Both are completely free, and you can get inspiration from other designers, other creators. We have tons of members that share their creativity, and what better way to be inspired than others that are doing similar things, right? So we're going to take these roses, work them in. Most important thing when adding flowers to a grapevine wreath is to make sure that they're actually going into the grapevine. You don't want them just sitting at the surface. You got to make sure that they're actually getting inserted into the grapevine so they don't fall off.
Mary says teal blue would be pretty with coral. And
That
I was
would be
thinking the
pretty
same
too.
thing. A light
Teal.
blue would be pretty.
Absolutely. Working more of these roses. Who's a rose fan? You know, it's off and on for me. I feel like some years I'm not a big rose guy, and then other years I really am. So last year, I was not a rose guy. This year, Al, I'm definitely a rose
Big
guy.
rose guy.
Which is funny. So it goes to show, you know, you might not like something, and if you have it, you know, in storage, in your craft, shed, or your closet, or your garage, hold on to it, because chances are pretty high that your opinion will change on those products later on. I can't tell you how many things I've been looking at for years, whether it's in front of me down here or at the studio, and then one day I'm like, you know what, I like it today, and then I put it to use and it looks good. So don't be afraid of changing your mindset when it comes to designing. Working more of these roses. So Victoria likes roses, but this year she's feeling the carnations. Yes.
Laura says back and forth for me.
Back and forth.
Danae says she's a rose fan, one of her favorites.
So this year is going to be the first year that we actually plant roses. I have a couple roses in my garden, but those were here before my time. So I didn't plant them. Yaya planted them, and they never bloom. But this year we're going to be planting a few. That way I can use them for some cut flowers for my designing. And maybe that's something we'll do here on Bowdabra as well. If you guys care to see, maybe we'll do a fresh design, and I'll show you how to use the Bowdabra to create a non-wired bow. How's that sound? Who's a fan of that idea?
Dolores says, I feel like my wreaths are too flat. I need to add more depth.
Depth is a very, very important thing when designing. So the more depth you can have, oftentimes the better off the design will look. Place one there, and then we have one final rose, which we can place virtually anywhere. So I'm going to snip this a little bit shorter, and if you look at these roses up close, can you see something on it, Al?
Oh, little water droplets.
Little water droplets. So they add like an acrylic or a resin, probably a resin, which, is that acrylic? Is resin acrylic? Seems like it would be, right?
I would think so, but I don't know for sure.
But they add some resin to it to make it look like dew or honey drop. Is it honeydew?
Dew?
Honeydew?
Honeydew donuts?
I don't think that's it.
Dory says, Silk, I prefer roses. Real, I prefer carnations.
Yes, and that's a good preference because carnations are much cheaper than roses. How's that looking? What do you guys think?
Oh.
Does it need anything else? Isn't that looking pretty?
So pretty.
Should we work in anything else? I think that looks good. Just a simple patriotic wreath. So now let's switch over to our mini.
Kathleen says dewdrops.
Dewdrops, not honeydew. Honeydew's a melon.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is. But I love how you immediately went to honeydew donuts.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to place the wire inside, and let's switch over and use last year's ribbon. So Morex sent this last year to us, and let's do something with this. Maybe we'll do a bow without any tails. We're going to take it.
Hi, Andrea. She's from Michigan and would love to win some ribbon.
From Michigan.
Kathy says, looks beautiful.
Thank you. So how many of you guys had a great Mother's Day? I know I saw you guys last week, but I know we get new people each and every week. So hopefully your weather's been nice too. If it's supposed to rain the next few days, honestly, I'm not complaining. We definitely need it. Because I don't want to water any of my plants outside.
You need to cool down. Hi, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Kathleen says, yes, donuts.
Donuts.
Pam would love to win.
My favorite donut would be, let's see if Alex can guess it. What's my favorite donut?
I don't know. You don't eat a lot of donuts.
But if I had to have a donut, what do you think my favorite would be?
I would say it has to be something like filled.
Okay. Let's see if Alex knows.
A Boston cream.
No, that's Steven's favorite. That's our brother's favorite.
You're not a jelly.
I am a jelly guy. So clearly Alex doesn't know me.
Yeah,
Alex,
that wouldn't be your first pick.
It would. I think it would. Alex's favorite would be a blueberry, or I'd say you like pumpkin,
Yeah,
or like apple. I
don't believe you. You would get
cider.
something frosted. Don't let him fool you. He would get something frosted. Yes.
I don't know. Let's ask Dad that question. We're gonna take a little video after this video is done, you guys. We're gonna ask Dad if he knows me. He'll probably say something crazy, like I don't know. Who knows? All right, there is our bow using the mini.
Mary had an awesome Mother's Day. She went to Nashville and spent the weekend with her daughter and her husband.
Ooh,
Oh, that
I
sounds
love
amazing.
Nashville. I hope you had a great trip.
Vicky says she loves crafting. Hi, Bonnie.
Hey, Bonnie. So let's open these up. So basically what this bow is a traditional bow without tails. And you might be thinking, well, why would I need that for a wreath? Well, bows don't have to be placed just on wreaths. If we were designing on a garland, this would definitely be a lot more appropriate just to place every, couple feet or so without the tails, because the tails would, look kind of awkward. This would also make a great present bow. And people give presents 365 days a year. So something like this, matching the wrapping paper, you can just take a little bit of cut the wires off like this. Take a little bit of hot glue and secure it to the present, right? And then you have a present bow. So figure this is a present, stick it on like that. How cute would that be?
So cute.
Right? So that's using a little bit of leftover ribbon. Let's actually continue with the Patriotic. I'm feeling with the weather we've been having lately, it feels like the 4th of July to me. So take our large.
She took a chill pill working on her designs for Mother's Day weekend.
Ooh, let us see what you've been creating. And that goes for all of you guys. Make sure to tag both Bowdabra and Nick's Seasonal Decor in your creations. We always love to see what you guys are up to and what you guys are making. So for this one, Alex, I was thinking what we can do is place it in, right, with a tail. So this, you guys, is just me trying something. Create one loop. Create a second loop. Then cut it off.
Ooh.
Right? So that's one set. Let's do this 3 times and see what this looks like. It might look like just a funky bow, or it might look a little bit different. I don't think we've ever tried this before.
Yeah, but it might be a new technique
Might
for
be a
a
new
funky
technique.
bow.
There's our second. We'll cut it off. So that's 2 sets. I don't think that's enough for me. So let's do one more set. Like I said, it might just look like a typical funky bow. But you never know until you try. So for those of you that haven't made a bow yet, or have made bows and have been discouraged, keep going. You're going to impress yourself one of these days. And when that happens, you'll be really happy. So if you give up, you don't know what you're able to create. Oop, I got a little confident with that snip. We got to take it a little bit higher. I feel like I haven't messed that up in a little bit. Have we not cut any tails? I think that's it.
And we were putting the wreaths together.
Oh, yes, we were making the wreath. That's why we haven't used those scissors.
Dolores says, I love the look of a funky bow.
Me too. So let's see if this even did anything special. And if it didn't, or if it just kind of looks the same, it might be a simpler approach, right?
Instead
Not
of
having
cutting.
to cut every single piece. So let's do that.
And we have our winner tonight.
Ooh.
Congratulations to Marlene Martinez from Missouri.
From Missouri. Congratulations. Let's all congratulate Marlene. We've been to Missouri. We were there 2 years ago. And we jumped out in front of the arch because it was a no parking zone. We took one picture. We got back in the car and headed back to our wreath convention we were at. But we made it.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. Okay, I think this is the last tail. This one could go in a little bit more. All right, moment of truth. Did we do anything special? Let's cut off these wires. Because we always take pictures and send them to Bowdabra. We like to cut the wires off so you're not able to see them. And then lots of times you guys ask what we do with our bows. So we actually just throw them in for our wreath customers. So for those of you that purchase wreaths from us, we just throw in an extra bow because we make a lot of bows here, don't we?
We do.
So like I said, I've been loving kind of that natural approach with my bows, with the tails not being as rigid as we've done in the past. And that's just, you know, me changing up, me having fun with designing, because you never want to get too comfortable with designing. Always kind of test your abilities and your strengths and your weaknesses to grow. So similar to a funky bow, but a little bit more casual, right? A little less loops.
Hey, Marianne, I didn't see you pop in.
Hey, Marianne. What do you guys think? I mean, that was only 3 cuts of our scissors, which was a good thing with our scissors. That turned out cute, right?
Cute.
So let's make one more bow. We're going to just reach in here and grab a ribbon. And we picked this gingham. So we've already done a gingham. Let's switch it up and use this one. Ooh, that's pretty. This looks like a Sam's Club ribbon, but this actually came from Morex. Ooh, very pretty. So for this bow, let's try something even more different. We're not adding any loops to this bow, you guys. Not a single loop. So place your wire inside, like that. Then what we're going to do is that. We're going to do a bunch of these. So there's 1. There's 2. I don't know why I'm measuring. I'm not even doing it exact. Doesn't make a difference, you guys. Just eyeball it.
Sandra asked, can you use the Bowdabra with 4-inch ribbon?
Absolutely. So the reason you don't see me use 4-inch ribbon is simply and solely personal taste. I'm not a huge fan of 4-inch. I like to keep my designs to scale. And with the bows that we create, 4-inch ribbon can be a little bit overwhelming. But we are going to start working with it a little bit more, I'd say. Not as much as other designers, but we're going to attempt to use it a little bit more. But let me know, you guys, what is your favorite width? You already know 1.5 inch is my favorite. I love narrow ribbon. I feel like it's very hard to go wrong regardless of the size frame. You know, whether it's a 14-inch frame, 18-inch frame, 24-inch frame. 1.5 inch you can make work. Then I'd say 2.5 inch. Actually, then I'd say 5/8 inch. I love narrow ribbon. Then probably 2.5, and then 4 inch for me. 6 inch, forget about it. You won't see me work with 6 inch much. Which is funny because we've bought so many rolls of 6 inch ribbon for who knows why. But all right, so we cut 6 pieces of these. Now what we're gonna do is let's just do this, right? Keep them all together. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, and then twist them open.
Yeah, let's see how that works. And you can do this with a bunch of scrap ribbons. So if you have a lot of leftovers, put them to use with something like this.
Karen prefers 2.5. Danae says she doesn't have a favorite. Susan says 1.5.
Yeah, let us know. So before I remove this, I just want to let you know what I did on this can be done on this very easily. If you're a wreath maker and you only want one Bowdabra, this is the size I would get just so you're able to create larger bows. But what I just did can easily be applied to the mini Bowdabra. Take those wires, tie them from behind. Give it 2 or 3 good knots. Cut off your wire, if you're like me, you know, because we're not placing this on a wreath. But if you were, keep your wires on. Keep them on and cut them long. Pull them apart. Oh, this is cool. I'm sure if you did it a little bit smaller, it would work as a hair bow too, right?
So cute.
Would you wear this when you cheered, Alex? Maybe a little bit smaller, right? So I'm just
I like the colors.
crinkling them because I've been a fan of crinkling. Open them up, pull them apart. And look at that bow. That's kind of cool.
So cute.
What do you guys think? Velka says 1.5 and 2.5 inch. Yes. So I'm going to take pictures of all these bows and send them over to Bowdabra. I want to thank Bowdabra for having us as a guest tonight. We have lots more beautiful ribbon that we're going to be playing with over the next few weeks, so definitely tune in. We have Christmas designs on the way, fall designs on the way, Halloween, and lots more Patriotic. And you can order your products, your ribbons, and your Bowdabras down below through our affiliate link. Make sure to join both the Bowdabra Fan Gallery and the Nick Seasonal Decor Crafting community for more inspiration. And you could make ribbon spiders for Halloween. That's a great idea. Yeah, you could absolutely take black ribbon. Oh, you know what you could do too? Sorry, I'm getting off topic. You could add little eyeballs to it.
Yeah.
Right, little googly eyes and turn them into spiders. That's a great idea, and maybe we'll try it. But once again, thank you guys. I love you all, and I'll see you next Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Bye, everyone.
Good night, everyone.